as Democrats in Washington state try to push ahead to an all-electric future and carry out Governor Jay Inslee's climate legacy, we've already warned you what some of the implications of what they're doing are. We see it at the gas pump, for instance, with the Climate Commitment Act, although Governor Inslee swears up and down that the CCA isn't raising gas prices. We know that it is. It's not debatable at this point. And then when you look at their push to move away from natural gas, we have an electrical grid that already can't handle the customers that it has to serve. So when you remove natural gas as an option, are we going to be prepared to deal with that? The answer is no. And at the same time, you're going to see your energy rates spike. This segment is brought to you in partnership with our friends over at Future 42. Turn your frustration into action at future42.org. So there was an article out from the Center Square that honestly is terrifying for people who are already underwater financially, who cannot see their energy rates increase anymore. The headline, Seattle may jolt electric rates due to high demand as state pushes electrification. And make no mistake, they are pushing for full electrification. They tried to ban it in 1589. They watered down the language to make it more palatable to a few moderate Democrats who were on the fence. But well, there's a couple initiatives that have to do with, energy related things. But for instance, Initiative 2066, which would say you can't ban natural gas. If that doesn't pass, they're going to be fully emboldened to go ahead and do it in the next legislative session. The Center Square writes, the city of Seattle is expecting rates for City Light customers to rise 5.4% next year due to increasing demand, extreme weather, and impacts of low water flow on hydroelectric generation capacity, even as the state continues to push for a total transition to clean energy. A 5.4% increase is about $4.88 more per month for a typical residential bill, or $1.95 more per month for a typical residential utility discount program bill. According to Seattle City Light CEO Don Lindell, retail demand from building electrification is growing 3 times faster than projected in 2022, and transportation electrification demand has increased 70% above 2022 estimates. So the state is pushing electrification, whether it's on public transportation or businesses or homes, but the amount, the capability is not keeping up with that. Not even close. And they don't even have a plan to make sure it keeps up with it. I mean, think about this. It's really government at its worst. It's like, we want to push for you to do something, even if our system isn't capable of handling it. It's really wild. The Center Square continues, this again from Lindell with City Light. In a matter of years, demand will outpace energy savings from efficiency. During a presentation to the Seattle Sustainability, City Light Arts and Culture Committee on Friday, Seattle City Light officials revealed that the estimated grand total of needed resources in 2022 was 696 megawatts over 20 years. This year, the grand total of needed resources over the next 20 years is 2,563 megawatts. That is a 268% increase in estimated resources. City Light's admission of electrical capacity not reaching the demand exemplifies the obstacles facing Washington as it works to transition its counties and cities to clean energy. But do they even care? We've never had a good explanation. And this is with so many things. For instance, on their attempts to let PSE move away from natural gas. We've never had a good explanation about how they propose homeowners pay for that. Talking about $30,000 to $40,000 to electrify your home. Don't you think one of the biggest things, the most important things for them to cover before they move in that direction is how they propose a middle class and even upper middle class household pays for that? But no, that's something they don't even want to discuss. And then when it comes to the push for electrification, okay, we want people to electrify your homes, electrify your businesses. We want public transportation to be electrified. Gee, what do you think should be the number one issue they should be addressing first and simultaneously as they push for electrification? Whether there's enough supply, whether the grid can handle it. This is indicative of so much stuff that we've seen our state government in particular do. Is they put the cart before the horse? Is that, oh my God, did I get a metaphor right on the first time?
That one.
Holy smokes. Cart before the horse on so many things. Police defunding. This was a good example where they said, oh, we want to take money away from the police department and we're going to, try to get more of these non-armed first responders. Well, you yank money before the other ideas are even in place. It's like, no, set up the alternatives to policing. Let's see how those go. Let's see if you can staff them. Let's see how they work. And then if they're going great, and yeah, we can take some money away from the police by all means. But no, they yank it and then they do it and it's all a failure all the way around. On every single issue, including electrification, you see examples of how they're pushing for an outcome without making sure that we can get to that outcome by having whatever infrastructure in place that we need to be in place first. This is the government at its worst. It's government bureaucracy at its worst. And who ends up paying for it? The poor and the middle class. It truly makes no sense. That segment was brought to you in partnership with our friends over at Future 42. Turn your frustration into action at future42.org. Make sure you sign up for their newsletter while you're there.